In July 2023, I took a 2-week Lithuanian language course with Vilnius University. This program included a few excursions, activities, and tours, and one such excursion took participants to the small town of Kernave. Known as the very first capital of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, not too much remains of this capital. In fact, you'll just find 5 large mounds where hill forts used to stand. There's also a little display of historical shelters near the mounds. Overall, Lithuania has done a lot to try and preserve what remains and create a historical tourist attraction around all of it. So today's video will be a little bit of a tour of this area, as I experienced it on July 6, 2023. This day is known in Lithuania as Statehood Day. It's a holiday that celebrates the anniversary of the coronation of King Mindaugas, the only king of Lithuania. I might insert a little bit of history in this video, but it's definitely going to be much more of a vlog that covers my experience of Kernave, since there's already so much historical information available through other sources. So we, the students of the Vilnius University language course, boarded buses in the Vilnius city center around 10:30 in the morning. Driving time will vary with traffic, but I think it took around 45 minutes to get from Vilnius to Kernave, which is about 40 kilometers away. Like Vilnius, the town of Kernave is located on the bank of the Neris River, except it's just further downstream. Kernave is not served by train, but is served by a few buses every day. Prices and tickets for these buses are unfortunately not available online, so if you happen to have completed this trip before, do leave a comment down below to let us know how much a bus trip to and from Kernave might cost. We arrived at the town to see market stalls set up along the main road. These stalls were also set up along the pathway towards the archaeological site. What was all this? Well, it was all part of the Days of Live Archaeology in Kernave. According to the official Kernave website, this event has been organized since 1999 and is a continuous educational event that presents the historical, cultural heritage of Lithuania and neighboring regions. The annual festival is a quote-unquote journey through time that attracts tens of thousands of visitors from all regions of Lithuania and abroad. It's particularly appealing to families and enthusiasts of Baltic culture. Moving away from the website text, this festival event gives visitors a chance to see what Lithuanian life in this region was like centuries ago. People dress up in traditional outfits, and they bring out props and real materials to demonstrate what life was like in the little village. As mentioned earlier, there are stalls with locals selling their produce, crafts, and other creations. I believe the celebrations include some live music and performances, but I wasn't present for these. The 5 large mounds where hill forts used to stand are interesting, but outside of their historical context, they really are just tall grassy mounds. Thus, you will probably need to have a keen interest in ancient Lithuanian history to be entertained by the site. To learn about what the area was like centuries ago, you can also visit the nearby Kernave Museum. There you'll find old artifacts and more information about the significance of the site. Entrance to this reserve area is free, although you're encouraged to support the work of preserving the area through the purchase of a voluntary visitor's ticket. You can also purchase a €4 ticket to the museum, which is just €2 if you're a senior or a student. Apart from the mounds, the historical village, the small museum, and the vendor stalls, there isn't too much else in Kernave. When it started raining that day, myself and fellow YouTuber Joju Meshaini headed to a restaurant/tourist attraction named Kernave Land. Run by a few French immigrants, this site has a few interesting statues and sculptures, as well as some really friendly dogs. I think their main clientele are large tour groups and groups that just want to host the party. For us, needing shelter from the intense rain, it was a good spot. So like I said, I'm not going too in-depth with this video, so I'm just going to wrap things up now with some final thoughts. First of all, would I recommend this place to visit? Well, like I said earlier, I think if you are really into Lithuanian history and learning all about this history, then absolutely. You'll probably have a nice time wandering through the old homes and imagining what life used to be like at this UNESCO archaeological site. But at the risk of offending Lithuanians, I wouldn't recommend going here if you aren't into this type of history. Without the history, it would appear to be 5 grassy hills with a small display of ancient structures. That's really it. And so you probably wouldn't want to drive or take a bus 40 minutes each way to spend just a little bit of time here, especially when compared to other places like Vilnius, Kaunas, and even Trakė. But with all of that said, it's clear that this place is extremely important for Lithuanians, so if you want to really get to know the country and its origin story, Kernave is a really good place to familiarize yourself with this important early chapter. Hopefully, if you're a future tourist to Lithuania, this video at least gives you some idea of what to expect, particularly if you come here for the live archaeology event around the first week of July. Do note that it's much quieter during most other times of the year. So if you've been to Kernave, do share your experiences in the comments, and if you think you'd recommend this to people visiting Lithuania. And so for the Lithuanian word of the day, let's go with the word sostinė, which is Lithuanian for capital, as in capital city. Sostinė. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.